So many of you lovely people out there are well aware of the fact that I have recently cleared the Library of Ruina. Yes, this is indeed a thing that happened on our Wednesday stream. This happened. This is a real thing. This is not fake news. I swear to God, it happened. This is my new title screen. This is a fact now. And well, if you didn't hear about it until now, then I don't know what to tell you other than I'm sorry that you heard about it this way, to be honest with you. It was quite the event. I recommend that you guys take a look at the Wednesday stream then, at least the last parts of it for sure, because it's been a trip. It has definitely been a trip. And it's definitely also been one of the most conflicting experiences of my goddamn life, because on the one hand, I'm like, oh, thank God, finally! Jesus Christ! Oh. But yet on the other hand, I'm like, what do I do now? Dear God, what do I do now? This is the only thing that I've been doing for 2 years on my channel. What do I do? Everybody's gonna leave me. I'm gonna be all on my own. It's gonna be bad. What do I do? Yeah, so needless to say, it's been a week reflecting on this moment for sure. However, I did come out of my hidey hole to go ahead and make a video for a particular reason for you guys, because I think that there are definitely some things that I need to go ahead and set up and talk about and whatnot. The primary thing being, well, this game, this franchise, you know, Lobotomy Corporation through to Library of Ruina, I've been playing this entire franchise for almost 3 years. It would have, if it gave it like another week or so before we had cleared the game, I will have spent 3 years trying to clear Project Moon games. This is fucking crazy trying to think of the amount of time that I spent as a content creator going through this experience from beginning to end. And oh god, dear God, I hope that I put the actual edit right there for the timestamp of the first ever video that I did for LC, but either way. The point is, this has been a little bit of a monumental experience, both the fact that it is ending and the fact that it was an experience in general to have had on my channel. It really is one of the most interesting, and I would even go so far as to say, life-changing experiences that I have had on my YouTube channel. Because this game has definitely affected my life, whether digitally or IRL, either way. I would argue that it's even done both to a degree. Now that only leaves one question: what is next? And this is really the primary reason why I had even climbed out of my deplorable little hovel in the first place to make you this video, because I need to discuss with you guys what happens from here. And I need to have a lot more cohesion with things that we're going to be doing as we go further on with the channel, for sure. Because so far, it's kind of just been hurry up and just get this game done and just fly by the seat of my pants so far without any actual thought process to what I am trying to do content-wise. So we're going to go ahead and dive into that shit. But first, I need to draft a script for it because I'm just going fucking ham and not going on a script so far up to this point. So give me a moment as I go ahead and draft that. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the projects that I'm currently working on now that are currently in a to-be-announced state. First and foremost is going to be my RimWorld playthrough. So this is something that I need to readdress because the time that I need to spend editing it wound up being just way too much of a time sink for my ass, and I started to fall behind way too quickly. So I want to poll you guys to find out if you're still interested in this playthrough. If you are, then I will probably go off to change a few things about my future videos in that playlist to make it more manageable. I may even do a separate run altogether, I haven't really decided yet, but let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll get back to that one. Next is my Doki Doki Literature Club Plus playthrough, which, well, it needs doing, for lack of a better phrase. I will probably need to get some recordings set up for this really soon, since it's something that I genuinely forgot about, but I would like to return to this. That being said, I think that the old Doki Doki Blue Skies mod from ages ago is going to be considered benched for now. That's just one too many visual novels for me, dog. The last TBA project that I want to draw attention to is my Rifles video for Girls Frontline in a nutshell. Yeah, this project needs starting this week. I haven't forgotten about you guys, I promise. I've just been waiting to clear Library of Ruina, and then I was going to go ahead and work on that video immediately afterwards, so that will be started this week, I promise you. Aside from this, I would honestly consider any playthrough that I have at the moment that has not received proper closure to be a dead playthrough that I will not return to. I need to start focusing my time towards specific things and see them through to completion before starting up something else. This is a serious problem of mine. I can't stand it, but I'm also working on it, so. Now, as for projects that I will be focusing on, we're going to put them in priority order here, starting with my Starbound Frackin' Universe modded playthrough with XEI. We continue recording tomorrow as planned. We had a short hiccup and delay for this for a bit due to some IRL things, but we're back on schedule, and you can expect a new edited video likely after I upload the next In a Nutshell video for Girls Frontline. Speaking of which, Girls Frontline in a Nutshell is my next priority, and will continue so long as there's an audience, so that'll be immediately after Starbound Frackin' Universe. As far as streams go, there are two primary things that I wish to tackle. I want to continue our Darkest Dungeon streams, but I think I'll be tuning the game down to Radiant difficulty when we start next. I consider myself to be a slightly above average player in terms of my general mastery with the game, so I kind of wanted to play the as intended way when I was jumping into this. After doing some research into this, however, the intended experience of Darkest Dungeon is also incredibly time-consuming and grindy. A lot of this was my own personal experience as I was going through it as well, not just looking things up. Now, Radiant will cut down on a lot of the grindy bullshit that you will encounter on a typical playthrough by expanding the level gaps between the runs, allowing us to not have so many circumstances where I'm literally stuck bringing a character or a team comp that is less than ideal for a difficult dungeon simply because no one else is fit to the task. I have suffered the most losses in this game because I was put into situations where I simply could not bring the team or the people that I wished to bring into a particular dungeon. And when you hit them past a certain resolve level, obviously you cannot bring them into apprentice dungeons anymore, which becomes a really, really, really major setback in that game. Once you hit somebody to level 3, that's it. They can no longer go into an apprentice dungeon, so it would be nice to bring those gaps up. It's going to also bring the amount of XP required to increase a hero resolve level lower, so progression in general is just going to be speeding up much faster. However, that being said, it should also be much easier to get people to do the middle of the road dungeons that I can't remember the name. I think it's Adventure, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, but like the little seasoned dungeons. Everybody can go into those, which will be much easier for the progression in general. Aside from the level gap stuff, honestly, Radiant really just doesn't even change the difficulty that much. Like, yeah, you get a little bit more dodge when the light level is Radiant, but it's still the same mobs, the same damage, the same crit rates, health values, and bullshit and everything else. So, I assure you guys, I'm still going to get face-fucked at some point. It is the Darkest Dungeon. But Radiant also allows the grind to just be a lot less stupid. We're not going to be spending a ridiculous amount of time trying to grind money and everything else that we need to upgrade things. Now, as far as the other one primary thing that I wish to tackle earlier, the other one thing ties into the former of the two words within my screen name. I am the RPG Fox. And I tried a thing a long-ass time ago that I never really expounded upon, which was a rant series towards people getting into game design and RPG stuff, particularly with RPG Maker. Seeing as I have more free time now to do things that I feel motivated to actually fucking complete, I wanted to get towards a demo of an RPG Maker game that I've literally been working on for a decade now. Anywho, I might do RPG Maker streams to work on it with you guys, and I also want to start a devlog series so that I can have a level of accountability with it if this sticks. Let me know how this sounds to you guys. I plan to make a video that really dissects the library of Ruina soon, so I want to have a level of credibility when I tell people what I think are qualities of a good RPG. I know the age-old argument of, if you think it's so easy, then why don't you make a better one, is a dumb argument, but I think it adds to my integrity a lot more when I can cut apart an RPG for something and literally have an RPG of my own out there on the internet to play that I made entirely as a one-man project. As one final note towards this status update, guys, I did a thing yesterday, actually. No idea what this means for the channel yet, but I appear to have fallen to the dark side. Yes, I purchased a VR headset last night, a Quest 2 specifically. I have the thing hooked up, I jacked into the Matrix, I hugged a cute anime waifu and played with her ears for a while. It was hilarious. Now, I am not a VR chat streamer, and I never plan to be one. However, I have a vested interest in VR chat roleplaying, and I have for a long time now, ever since I bumped into Mr. Brunswick and the Ascension Academy playthrough, or roleplay specifically. I may do some VR roleplaying in the future when I become more comfortable with the platform, but right now I'm a baby kit when it comes to virtual space. I'm just figuring out the ropes to VR, OVR, model making, rigging, etc., and all these fucking overcomplicated shenanigans that are associated with this stuff. So I feel far from comfortable recording gameplay footage right now, let alone streaming it competently. I'm just saying that this is an option for now that I would like to explore with all of the many opportunities that I have later on down the line as I familiarize. Anyways, on this note, I will let you all go for the time being. I have no fucking clue what I am streaming tomorrow. I might just be doing a Darkest Dungeon stream as we set up our Radiant playthrough. It might be a silly game. I might skip streaming altogether. I haven't decided yet, honestly. But that is everything that I needed to tell you content-wise. I'm trying to pull my shit together to accommodate more organization towards the things that I want to do on the channel so that I just don't have this issue again where I have a bunch of unfinished projects. It's unprofessional, and I hate that. I am better than this. And you guys might make excuses for me and be like, oh, well, it's not that bad. Like, you're still doing it. It's not how I want my channel to be run, though. I don't want 15 different things that I'll never complete that are sitting there that just stress me out later on down the line. So, I appreciate it, but I can do better than this. Also, take note that I've been really fucking distracted lately since I bumped into some really cool people in another Discord. I don't want to spoil it outright yet, but I will say that there are 2 collaborations on the horizon that I plan to do, guys, and it'll be neat. And I'm not talking about XEI, although that man is a legend. I am talking about collabs with literal, actual VTubers. I am in the know now. I have connections. I have become too powerful. So, yeah, but that's all that you get to chew on for now. I know I haven't been super available lately compared to my usual, but just trust in the fact that I have been the happiest fox that I have ever been in the last 6 years as of right now. And I mean that legitimately. I have been very happy for the last month, and it just keeps getting better. Not content, not surviving, but happy. It sounds really depressing as fuck, but I honestly can't say that I have legitimately just felt unconditionally happy for a good many years now. So this feels really good, and I'm just enjoying it and using the energy towards other things. So just bear with me as I try to like kind of reshape a couple of things in my channel, in my life, etc. All of that fun stuff, though. But it has been a fun last month. So, anyways, that is all. That is the final note that I have. So, take it easy, have fun, take care of yourselves, enjoy your Sunday. I know that I will. So, I will see you guys in the next project that I wind up doing, hopefully. Eyes will? Whatever. Take care, guys.